Our next speaker is ready. His name is Don Brightmon, and I know Don from Toastmasters. I started Toastmasters about a year ago, and if you guys don't, anybody know what Toastmasters is? Familiar with it? Okay. So Toastmasters is a public speaking forum, and it's actually not just about communication, it's about building leaders. And Don has been an amazing leader for Toastmasters, district leadership, local officer leadership, and he actually wrote a book which is available over here and may or may not be available as a raffle prize, I don't know, but called Going North. And basically, talks about what we're talking about, intentional action. What does it look like to go in the direction you need to be going, right? And so I am excited. He's talking today about identity, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say. And so I'm going to ask Don to come on up here right now, and if we can all just welcome him.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. How's everyone doing? Awesome, awesome. Leadership is a big theme for today, especially identity. And regaining your heading is a very, very powerful thing when you get lost in directions. And to help you with that step, I'm pretty sure each and every single one of us has at least one inspirational saying, something that resonates with us. It could be that scripture, it could be that one thing that your father or mother instilled in you, that thread. Does anyone have a favorite quote that they like to share with the rest of us? Yes.
Where is your vision?
The people perish.
How do you see that following through?
There you go.
You don't want to know, don't ask.
That's going to be bad because a lot of our speakers like to, we're in the audience, so. Because we want to know. Maybe not the TMI stuff, I'm just messing with you. All right, any other quotes? Folks, there we go, one in the back.
Do or do not, there is no try.
There you go. Yoda, Star Wars goodness. We got another one. There you go. Chuck. Can't means you can't want to. Okay. Can't means if you don't want to. Okay. This thing is messing with the hearing already. One of my favorite quotes of all time is by someone that I'm pretty sure most of us know. And it's by the legendary Ric Flair, 16-time world champion. That's right. Real sport indeed. A real choreographed sport indeed. He used to be a limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing son of a gun, but my favorite quote is, to be the man, woo, you gotta beat the man. Nate's your boy. Let me tell you why I chose that quote, particularly for this one with identity. As you journey through life, it's not just about helping others. It's also making sure you're helping yourself by being better than what you were the day before. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Are you able to defeat your older self metaphorically? Are you more mentally stronger than you were before? Are you gaining more knowledge today than you were in the past? Every single one of you in here are taking the first step to getting on that path today, which is great. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Are you stronger than what you were 5 years ago? I know Chester mentioned how folks at home and your family don't see you as you currently are. They still see you as the Chester of the past. Are you consistently taking action to be the Chester of 2018 that's going to prove all the haters wrong and prove all of your fans right? Are you going to be able to take all that action to push forward? That is one of my favorite quotes because it goes deeper than just defeating the world champion. Heck, you can even see yourselves as world champions of yourselves. And the book I read called Think and Grow Rich by Dennis Kimbrough, he mentions how the mind is the last frontier. Because your mind is powerful. It contains a lot of information, especially the subconscious mind. You may not know everything right off the top of your head through life, but in your subconscious mind, it contains a lot more. So there's a lot within you that you have to conquer within. And when it comes to identity, I drilled down everything today into what I like to call the 5 E's of unleashing your inner leader. So if you got your pens, you might as well get them out because you're going to be doing some writing. I'm so glad they gave out journals today. The first E, examination. Examination. E number 2, education. Education. E number 3, execution. Execution. E number 4, energy. And the 5th E, to finally put that thumb on all 5 of these, encouragement. Back in 2012, when we lost Twinkies for a month and they predicted that the world was going to end, we're all here, so the opposite were wrong. I was going through a tough time in my life. My father, that summer, he was starting a steep decline with dementia. I was about to lose my job at the Woodlawn Library after being there for 5 years. And then on my 21st birthday, I received the gift of a car accident. So all of that being piled down on me, I had to look within myself and see what was going on. I had to do some examination, some self-examination. Because you gotta admit, seeing your hero going down the steep decline, seeing him dwindle and degrade, on your way to class on your 21st birthday and then you crash your car, and also losing your job. Jobs are also sometimes what we identify ourselves as. If we don't have a job, we don't have nothing. So I had to look within myself to see what was going on. Coming down to the year, I went into the leadership section of the library, picked up a few books on leadership, and one of them was The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. Picked it up on audiobook, and that was one good book that started me on my journey of voracious reading and ever learning. Not only John Maxwell books, some other books. I even got another book right here. The 10 Ancient Scrolls for Success by Og Mandino. This book is probably older than everyone in this room. One of the scrolls in that book is, I will laugh at the world. There will be some times where you will have weight on your body. You probably got weight right now when you were coming into this room that may be weighing you down. One of the quotes is, I will laugh at the world. You have to find the humor within those dark moments. Because if you can turn anything around and make it positive, it will be a lot better. Not only that, I will make today my masterpiece. You can even write that question down. What one thing can I do today? Or what one thing I can do this year to make not only this day, this year, my masterpiece? So in taking that advice, of trying to recreate my life and to make it my masterpiece per se, the God-given masterpiece, that is life. Every day you wake up to see. I decided to do something called a New Year's mantra. Out of curiosity, has anyone set any New Year's resolutions this year? Nobody? Oh, got one in the back. How's that coming along? New Year's resolution. It's good? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, we got two in the back.
I got rid of social media.
There you go. If you're a business, I hope you keep them though. Social media is great for business and promoting it, but that's something totally different. My New Year's resolution in high school for a good 5 years was to not set a New Year's resolution. Because by January 23rd, you probably quit on that New Year's resolution. That's if you're lucky. Some folks forget it the day of. So in its place, I did something called the New Year's mantra. This is where you take a 1 to 3 word phrase and build your year around that word. 2013 was rebirth. That could be something that you may be seeking today. How can I be reborn into the man that God wants me to be? To be the man that I know that I can be. Being reborn. How was I going to be reborn? I was voraciously reading. I set out on a journey to read at least 50 plus books a year. Read a lot of books. That was the educational piece. Over and over, self-educating myself, because you'll learn some stuff in school, but a lot of folks don't take what they learned in school and apply it to their lives. Out of curiosity, how many of you are actually employed or have a business that's based off of your degree in college if you got a college degree? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's probably like 7% of the room. Another quote by Mark Twain, he mentions how the real schooling starts after his education, his school education. So not only reading books, but actually taking action from them. Taking the action from the reading, because one thing that I'm thankful for are the mentors in my life. Let's call this a sharing moment. Has there ever been a time in your life where you've had a mentor that has inspired you to do great things? Would anyone like to share that mentoring moment? Where they've had that mentor? Father, that coach. Yes, Frank.
So coming out of school, I went to work for a steel company that was still in the 1960s in terms of conservatism, entertainment. That's anybody that knows what business was like back then. It was a wild place. So was with them for 7 years. Was miserable. I mean, just hated life. I thought it was my wife, so I tried to send her back to her parents, but they wouldn't take her. So I was fortunate because I moved back to Baltimore and ended up getting a job with the company down in Fairfax, Virginia, a guy named Earl Milkey, who became my life coach, also my employer, but also my life coach. And he was the one that taught me about you got to continue to educate yourself. You have to continue to reach beyond yourself to get tidbits of information that will help you grow. So he was the one that introduced me to Brian Tracy and Zig Ziglar and Stephen Covey and all those guys. And it is what that allowed me to do over the last 24 years. It wouldn't have been possible without him.
Education is empowerment.
Powerful indeed. Thanks for sharing, Frank. Let's give him a round of applause.
Just for me once.
So getting an autograph.
Networking moment, execution, baby. One thing my mentor shared with me when I was having coffee with him one day, when he noticed I was reading, had about a stack of 3 or 4 books, he was like, okay, this is a good book for one thing. What did you think about it? Well, I think it's really great. It talks about the one thing you need to do. It's like, okay. So with all this knowledge, he asked me, what are you doing with it? This is the execution piece where he mentions, you're gaining all of this knowledge, this massive amount of knowledge, but you're never coming to the truth. The folks that are writing these books, they're no smarter than you and I. All they did was package their expertise and whatever they studied and put it into a book. Package your expertise. That led me to publish my first book, Going North, Tips and Techniques to Advance Yourself. Now that doesn't have to be, a book doesn't have to be what you package your expertise in. Because whatever you decide to do to become more confident, decide to not only package your expertise, but share your wisdom with others. Rick shared a mentoring moment with all of us about how his life coach shared with him some folks that have given him some information to help him advance his life and his career. So as you seek out to make this year your masterpiece, think of how you can help someone else. Because the one way of defining yourself as a leader is by losing yourself in service of others. Even if you end up in volunteer quicksand in the process. Not only examining myself and educating myself, and also taking action. There's also the energy piece. When you're leading, when you're walking in confidence, you have to find a way to maintain that confidence. And maintaining that confidence involves taking care of yourself. For those of us who have our significant others, you may have a honey-do list. I was joking with my friend earlier when we were driving, like, this is Honey Go Boulevard. So the honey go, it makes you do. So while the honey is making you go and do things, why don't you make sure you try to exercise if possible to do more, to gain more energy. Because 5 years ago I was 160 pounds. Today I'm probably 239. Not all of that is muscle. Losing yourself in service so much that you forget to take care of yourself can be detrimental. Because I used to be 250 back in June. So I had to make sure I got back to exercise. I lost track of what I was doing. Because at least twice, 2 or 3 times a week I would exercise, do CrossFit, do some weight exercise, some cardio. But then doing so much of helping other people, I neglected myself. Leaders take care of themselves because you have to lead yourself first and take care of yourself first before you can allow others to come to the well known as yourself to draw water from you. Every single person here is a well. Every single person has some water that everyone tries to draw and drink from. How are you keeping water in your well? If you're reading some inspirational books at the start of your morning, then doing some light meditation. One thing that I used to help gain my confidence was that the first thing in the morning, I would always get up out the bed and try not to press the snooze button. And then sit still for 5 minutes in a chair. Just being quiet, no TV, no music, no nothing. This can be hard at first, but after a while, some ideas may come to you. After 30 days of doing this, I was led to the idea of becoming a public speaking librarian. And standing before you all, I'm one step closer to that goal. Because I took the time to actually sit down, be with myself, self-leadership, to check in with my own self, allowing ideas to just come to me. Sometimes you may want to bring a journal with you. And after a while, it may even turn into longer amounts of time. It used to start as 5 minutes. I would set the alarm to be done at 5 minutes. But then it would dwindle down into 30 minutes. I make sure I woke up earlier. Because each and every single one of us has past experiences that we can dig from. Walking in your identity through the 5 B's of leadership is not only the self-examination piece, the education piece, and also the execution piece of taking action on what you know and staying energized. You have to also encourage others. Back in high school, 12th grade year, I had a Bible teacher by the name of Mr. Lee. And it was senioritis kicking in, 3 months for graduation. I was a C student all my life, basically. And he even said himself, these tests are going to be so easy. You can get a perfect score in these tests if you actually try. But I don't feel like it, I would tell him. I'm about to graduate. And he was like, hey, if you get 100%, I will pay for your lunch. I got 100 on that test. He knew what would motivate me, and I was screwed at the time. So you can tell that he knew some leadership techniques. But not only that, I was able to finish off strong and get a perfect score in the following test as well. Because leaders are dealers in hope. Be a hope dealer. It's a lot easier than being a drug dealer. Give others hope, because we're going to be needing it now more than ever. Technology keeps advancing. Other agendas keep advancing that sometimes negate some progress, not only as men, but as a society as a whole. Every single one of us is going to need encouragement to keep going forward. If you have that book that you want to write, go on ahead and write it. If you want to help that person, go on ahead and help that person, not just with the homeless person that needs that money or giving them a meal. But it could be that mother who needs a father figure in the household, a male role model for her children. Find ways that you can help. Examine within yourself. See what strengths you already have. Find that six-pack that you have. And if you actually already got it, kudos to you. I don't got it. It's hiding behind some other skin material. Educate yourself. This is the 21st century. There's a library 2 blocks away from here. You can get some information on how to better yourself and to better lead not only yourself and others, and to be more confident. Execute on what you already know and gain from all of your research, and not only what you gain from others in the room. Stay energized. Because there may be times where you may have no energy, but that person who has the encouragement mentality may encourage you to keep going, and that'll give you some extra water to keep pouring into others. And then, take that encouragement gained from others and to keep encouraging more people to keep going forward. Now I'll take you back to the beginning. To be the man, you have to beat the man. How are you going to become better than what you were before? Now granted, time can be an enemy. Injuries and other things can influence physical behavior, but that can't stop the mental behavior that you can use to implement action. Defeat your older self and encourage others to be the best that they can be. You got this. And that's it for me. Let's welcome back up the wonderful CJ, the host.
Complicated insulting